Good afternoon. We'll start here in about 1 or 2 minutes. Make sure everybody's online. Please let me know if you can hear me. Just go into the chat session and say you can hear me. Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. I can see, looks like both of you were into the presentation slides. I can see up here with my anonymous giraffe and anonymous elephant. So welcome to Intro to Google Slides. My name is Jason Whited. I'm an instructional technology consultant here at East Carolina University in the College of Education. My job spans providing professional development to our faculty and staff and now to our K through 12 partners, along with managing some of our computer systems for portfolios and everything. So today's topic is Google Slides. So what is Google Slides? Google Slides is kind of Google's answer to PowerPoint. It's a pretty basic and easy presentation software that allows a person to create a presentation, post it online, and share it with whoever they want to. And we'll go into greater details a little bit longer here as we go along. So the first question we want to do is here, why do you want to use Google Apps? And I came across this clip art here, this infographic, and I thought it was really interesting because, you know, how many times as a teacher, instructor, somebody's told you, oh, I've lost my paper, you know, I didn't turn the assignment because I didn't know I had the right software. And you look through these and, you know, I forgot what my homework was. And, you know, you just look through these and it kind of, they hit home with what happens when you stick just to a paper-based option for what you're doing. I mean, we always have my dog ate my assignment. Now you have my computer crash and everything like that. And what happens though with this, but with using Google products, is that if your computer crashes, it's automatically backed up to the web, you know, to the cloud. So it makes it really nice and easy that you always have your updated version. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit too. But this is one of the reasons why to use it. It's one of the things I want to go to, and some people get confused between Chrome and Google. Now, Chrome is a Google product. It is their browser system. And when you look up here, up top here, you can see where it says Jason. That means I'm signed into Google Chrome. So that gives me all kinds of options to use apps and everything that come up. Like, you know, I can get links to my Gmail, Google Drive. I can actually have direct links to Google Classroom, Snagit. If I go through here, lots of options to Google Docs, Slides. So if I want to create something and I have a Google account, Google Chrome, I can just go ahead and click on here and create something. Now, we'll close it here. What the other thing to do is, but when you sign it to Google itself, and when I'm saying sign it to Google here, you can see right here it says whitedj77 at Gmail. That's my personal one. That's where I keep everything. And so this is what you're looking at. So this means I'm signed into Google. In this situation, Slides, but it could be Gmail, it could be Google Drive and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go over here because again, as you can see, there's my name Jason. That means I'm signed into my Google Drive, and it shows up there. And again, like I said, if you just to show the difference back here, like Slides, again, this means I'm sliding into a specific product. Where this means I'm signed into my Google Drive. Now, one of the advantages of Google Drive is you can store stuff, and it's a kickoff point for everything you have. And I'll get to that in a minute, but I want to talk to you about shortcuts to Google Apps. And this is where you get to from your Google Drive. And when you're in your Google Drive, over here, you see up here, which is called the waffle, and you click on here, and you can get to your Gmail, your documents, your slides, sheets, and some other different options. It's one way to get to it. And another way, and so it's a quick, handy way to get kind of maneuver around some of the Google products. You also have the option to create new, which we'll talk about here, do Google Slides and stuff like that. But the waffle is kind of a way to maneuver around to different things. So if I wanted to go over to my blog, my Google Plus, I click here, and as you see, it takes me to there. So like I said, this is kind of like a menu to drive around Google, and that's what the waffle stands for. And just kind of looking what your drive has. And one of the nice things, when you drive here, this is like what everything that's in it. Here you have what your, sorry about that. Where you're creating your files, you're sharing, and your view sorting. And I'll go back over to my drive and explain a little bit here. Here's where like all my folders and files are, who owns them. So if they're shared with me, it'll tell me who's sharing it with me. Down through here, then you have last time it's modified, your file size. And here's where you create stuff like this. One of the nice things about Google that I like is I'm gonna go down here. And as you can see, here are some of, here's a PDF I have. And you can see it's owned by me. And that takes up space, 205 kilobytes. But if you look down here to my different things, and these are the Google for Google Docs, Sheets, Slides. You look over here, they don't take up any size. So what's really nice about using Google Drive and using the Google products is they don't count for anything in your space. You can see I use 300 gigabytes of 17 gigabytes, and my drive is 3 gigs, 150 of my Gmail, my Google Photos. So it kind of tells me what all is entailed in it. But Google has decided if you're going to use their products, they want you to use their products. They're not going to count to any, it's not going to cost you any size or storage space in your Google Drive. So it makes it really nice. So if you have a big PowerPoint presentation, you have a big document, you want to upload it, and you can convert it over to Docs or Slides or Sheets. And then you have that form of it within your Google Drive. And then you can take it back out of your drive and save it to your computer. So you can, by that way, it's not in it. You can always have that master original saved. But once you put it up into Google Docs to Google Drive, then you can convert it and change it around. So this is some stuff that you can store in there. Again, like I said, your image files, video files. And this is just a quick kind of look at Google Drive too, because this is a very important function of the Google. This is like the kickoff point. This leads to that in your Gmail. This is kind of a little slide that'll show you what you can use around there and store in there. So why use Google Slides? Google Slides is part of the Google Drive Office Suite. It allows you to create, share, and present multimedia presentations. It's kind of similar to the PowerPoint. Microsoft's PowerPoint is part of the Google Drive, like I said, suite. So as you can see here in this infographic, this gives you information. There's Microsoft Word, there's Apple's version of Word, which would be Pages, and then Google's Docs. Same thing with PowerPoint, Keynote, and presentations, and also Excel, numbers, and spreadsheets. Now, Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, the Apples will open up the Microsoft Office stuff along with Google Docs. It will open up these. But Google Docs will not open up Pages, Keynote, or Numbers products. And none of these will open up a Google Docs. You'd have to convert them. And it's very easy. And I'll show you how to download and convert them over to a Microsoft Office version. So if you're going back and forth between Pages, you'd have to convert it to a Microsoft. If you're going, let's say, go Keynote, you have to convert to PowerPoint, then to Google Presentations. But if you do everything in PowerPoint anyways, if you're a Microsoft user, then you can go ahead and then just upload it up there. And I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm monitoring the chat also. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll answer them as we go along in our presentation. Okay, so let's go ahead and create. Google's made it very, very easy to create. It's very intuitive on how to do it. Let's go back to my drive here. Again, I've showed you a few different ways. If you're a Chrome user, you can always bring up a new tab, click on here, and let's do Google Slides. That's one way to do it. From your drive, you can use the waffle. Click on Slides here. There's one way to do it. Another way. And finally, you can go over here, click New, in Slides. Now, when you do the new slides, it automatically just goes up a basic template for what you want to create. And you go along and change the themes and stuff over here. The advantage to using the waffle and the link from your Chrome is that it'll give you automatically templates, and we'll talk about templates in a couple minutes, but some different templates that you can use, but it also gives you all list of all your presentations you've created. So, you know, it's kind of a quick way, like, oh, I did this the other day. I can click on here and I can find it, or I can change it, make a copy of it, update it, and stuff like this. But that's one advantage of using the waffle or the link, or, you know, you can directly type in, search for and type in Google Slides, and then create a presentation. Now, if you type in, you have to be go to Google Slides. You again have to be logged in, and it takes you to the same area that looks like this. So if you do a search for Google Slides, if you use the Chrome link, or you using the waffle, it's going to take you all into the same place. But if you're using just from the drive, the new, then it's going to automatically take you and create a presentation. So those are the ways to go ahead and create them. And it's, you know, once you create them, they're really easy to use. Go up here. Oops, sorry. Go ahead and close that. Go up here, and if I want to title my presentation, I'm going to do this as new demo. So now I've titled my demonstration. So the nice thing is, now I've titled here, I've done there. You don't see me do anything else. I go back over to my drive, and I'm going to click on my recents, and there's my new demo. It automatically has saved it. We've all been there. We've worked with Microsoft Office. You know, you start working on something, your computer crashes or anything like this, and you've lost everything. The really nice thing is Google automatically, because it's cloud-based and you've got internet, automatically backs it up to the cloud. So as you saw, I clicked it and created it there. So now I can go in here and I can start typing. And you see right up there, it says saving. Every change is automatically saved within the drive. Last data was a few seconds ago. Now it tells you that everything's saved. So again, like I said, as long as you're typing, it'll save. So I can go. When I'm typing, it's saving. There it is. So now it's really nice to be able to see that. Now you can go over here. You can click on here, sorry, and it'll show you who did what changes at what time. So I created the original here, blank. If I click back that, restore this version, you show it's blank. Or back here, there's my changes. So there's where I originally created it, and these are the last changes. So you can kind of document it. And this is nice when you're sharing your software with somebody else. Now, importing. The power that Google gives you is the ability to import in a PowerPoint. So I can go along back here, and I want to go to Google Drive. I'm going to create a new one. File. Import slides. So I can import slides from presentation. So if I want to import something from that I've already created, or I can upload something where I would drag a file. So I can go and I can file from my computer, or I can go to my computer and go to my Google Drive here, which would be files, slides from something already in there. So here, and let's just go back to presentations. So I want to search for anything that has PPT in it. Here, new CT training to PPT. Oh. Is it that one? Okay. So okay, this is going to let me just import those slides from within it. It means I can import certain slides from that are already in that format. Now, when I go back to my recent, if I want to convert over, I want to convert a PowerPoint over, I can go to my drive, find my PowerPoint, search. Click on that. I'm going to click File. I want to save as Google Slides. Now to convert it over to Google Slides. The advantage of what I was trying to do here was when creating untitled presentation on a file and want to import is I can import slides. So if I have a template already, I can import it in. I might have named it. I just want to pull a certain slide from somewhere else. I can import it in. And then you see here's my EdTPA presentation that I did in June 2014 as a Google slide. You can see that because it's right up there, Slides Home. So if you have any questions, again, close these out. Templates. Now I talked to you earlier about templates, and that's what Google's made it very nice, is that they can create templates. So when we, again, go back over here to the drive, and I'm going to say, you know what, I want to create a new one, slides. And now I have all these different templates. I click more here, and I can see all my different templates. So if I want to create one, it is a student certificate, a field trip, a book report, personal presentation, party invite. I have all these basic options that I can do. And these are ones that Google presents to you and gives you the options to do them. Another place you can do it is if you go here and you go, let's say you just do templates. And it's Google Docs templates. And this is a great place to get these certain templates. Now you can go here and say, look, I want presentations. Click over here. And by doing it this way, what these are, as you see, these are by Google Docs. But you go down here a little bit further, and there, by Frank Jensen. This could be Jensen or this person, Martin Sands Cali. What this is they're allowing third-party people to create templates and share them with them. A lot of teachers do this, whether it be docs or presentations. They might have a great presentation they want to and share it with them, or they might have come up with a really neat template they want to use. Like one of my favorites I found before with a template that I like that I got off here was this one, Star Wars Notebook. So this is kind of a reading book that I could a freebie that I could create a template with that for my son is a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so you can go through and just a nice little template that people have done, and you can add, people are adding to it and stuff. But these are what people have done. They've created these free things and they share them with people, and you can save them to your Google Drive. But again, like I said, you have all these different templates, and you can go up here, you can narrow them down. Okay, I have presentations, but I want to look at presentations that are for business or legal or letters or designs, and you can limit them further that way. Templates you've used, my templates, and that you might have created. So there's a Little League one for a scrapbook. Different templates people have created. So it's a great way. Again, Google has allowed third-party vendors to create stuff that you can use within your classroom with your students, so that you don't have to recreate the wheel, because there might be somebody out there a little more creative than you. We have a person here in the College of Education that's very creative, and she is wonderful. Christine is. I'm not. And so she makes all kinds of pretty things. I don't. But I can go through here and use these open source things to make my presentation a little better. Again, so you've seen the template gallery and stuff like this. And again, it's free. It's out there to use. I highly recommend you look at it and play around with it. And the one thing about Google is you have to be willing to play with it. I can show you all this stuff, but until you get into nuts and bolts and playing with it, you won't get really proficient with it. And it's really neat what they're offering. And again, it doesn't cost anything. It's probably the biggest thing about Google is why is it so popular now is there's no charge for this stuff. Not only does it not charge you space, quote unquote, within the Google Drive, but to use it doesn't cost anything. And a lot of schools have now gone through it. And North Carolina, out of the 100-some counties, there are 90-some are using Google, either Google Apps for Education, either officially or at some form or another. So it makes it really a powerful tool. Now, Google is by enable them to do this is by allowing it to be free. The students get used to using it. It doesn't charge the school districts anything. You can collaborate with them, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. One of the other nice places to come back to the creating of the slides is this website called Slide Carnival. So I can go over here and just Slide Carnival, free presentation templates. And these are all basically just for Google. So I can search through here and these different templates. These, again, people that have created. So I can say I want, just click on all templates. You can see all these different ones they have, but I can say I want creative. You can look through them and say these are really creative. You know, look at, like if you're a Steelers fans like I am, you want to use something with the black and gold, use on the Pirates theme. You know, these are kind of startup, elegant, playful, formal. I mean, they just give you a bunch of different options. And again, they're real easy to use. So let's go back here. Let's go to the creative again. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to click this presentation. Use this presentation template. Once I click it, you see going up here, snug. This is your presentation. And then I have to just make a copy. So now when I make a copy of this, I'm going to say, yeah, I'll just use copy of snug. So we see what it is. Click OK. You see up here I have my copy of snug. Now it just shows you file, edit, and view help. And see all these other people that are in the copy of snug right up there. They're looking at the same template as I am. Now, once I made a copy of it, it's in my folder, in my drive. So go back over here to my drive, click on my recent again, and there's my copy of snug. So basically, I now have this template within my portfolio, within my Google Drive to use at any time. So if it's one you really like and you want to make a kind of a series of a topic, you want to designate a simple template to it, you can, or you just liked it this type. So now I have it and I can edit it whatever I want to do, you know, insert images, you know, and they kind of give you some desktop product, put your screenshot here, kind of laid out. It's really nice template. And it's free, it doesn't cost me anything, and I can use it and I can rename it however I want to. And again, that's what this website does. It gives you these different options to use it. So if I, again, let's go back over here to formal, and let's go to this template, Dolabella, you know, 25 fully editable, please change your colors, text, you know, easy change, different slides, historic design, paperwork, and Da Vinci drawings. Tells you a little bit about it. Again, all you need to do is just click on it, use this template. There's this Dolabella file. It's going through there. Again, if I want to use it, I just make a copy. Click OK. And again, for those people that aren't as creative and make pretty things like myself, it's a great site. So not only do you have what Google gives you in the Google templates, but you also have SlideShare, which is some people that are really creative, allow you to go through and edit and put stuff in there. And again, when I go back over to my Google Drive, refresh it, click, there it is, copy of Dolabella. There's Dolabella, copy of Snug. So you see it tells you Slide Carnival is the owner there because I have it open. Once I close it, you see I've used it, copy of Snug, so it tells you the owner. Go ahead and close these. Close that one. And close that one too. So let's go back over to our presentation. So are there any questions so far? I know I'm going a little fast. I'm from the north. I've been told I talk too fast. So feel free to you know, jump onto today's meet and ask a question at any point. Okay, let's go ahead. So changing themes. You know, when you open up your presentation, we'll go back to our new demo. You might want to change your themes. Click out of your revision history here. And you like this or you don't like this. And it's very easy to do. Like the slide says here is, so go over to your slide. And now here's where you can duplicate a slide. If you make multiple, delete it, create a new one, apply background, apply layout, change theme, transitions, edits. This is kind of one of the starting point for a lot of what you want to do along with your insert over here. So when you click your slide and change your theme, click on it. And again, remember when we popped it open, it said all these different options. So if I want to say, I don't like this one, I'm gonna kind of go to a default that Google's given me. If I don't like the ones I found there, I want to create my own. So I can click that one. And there, it's changed it, the theme to that. Let's go to, this one's kind of his ECU colors, a little bit purple. You could change that background to yellow or something, but you can play with it. So it allows you to change the themes. And you got the options up here, apply layout, transitions. So I can do my slide up here. I want to apply a layout, and I don't like this layout. I want to change it to this layout. So now it's testing out, so change your layout. And it's just like Microsoft Office. I mean, it's their Google Slides along with Docs and Sheets are almost identical to what you've seen with Microsoft products because most people are used to using Microsoft products. So it's not really a great leap of like, well, you do it this way and you totally do it different this way, and Google, they're about the same. So you just once if you use one, the terminology might just be slightly different, but you can go ahead and figure it out from here. So it's really easy to use. So let's go ahead and talk about layout. We did layout, we did themes to change those. So now we want to talk about sharing your slides. The biggest advantage to Google that it had until recently was its ability for collaboration. I know that Office is now open up its Office 365 product. We just got it on campus now, and we now actually literally in the last week got rights to use it. Students have had it all year, but they just gave faculty rights in the last week that we can test it out and use it. But before that, Google's allowing you to create a document, a slide, a presentation, or a spreadsheet and share it. We use it heavily here. I know faculty are using it to work on book chapters, articles, and stuff like that. My coworker, who kind of is our data management person for the College of Education, she'll create simple spreadsheets that she might need to collect data, send them out to our faculty and staff. They fill in their little bit, and then the document is all at once, where prior to that, she used to have to send out a spreadsheet to each individual, and then she'd have to take hours and hours of condensing it all to one spreadsheet. This has enabled her to cut her time down and be way more efficient. And it's real easy to share. So when I go over here, I'm gonna go back to my new demo here. I wanna click File, and as you can see, I have the option to share it right here. Now, when I'm sharing it, this window pops open, and what it says if I got an email. So if I want to share this to Holly, who is my coworker, I click there, and then as you can see, there's Holly's little face, and this means she can edit, and this is a direct link to her. Only she can have this link. What's nice about that is if you want to be in really kind of a small, exclusive group of people, you have this ability just to send out those links and to share it to those people, and you give them rights of edit, comment, or view. So viewing is just like they can't do nothing. It just views it as a PowerPoint. Comment, we'll talk about commenting here in a minute. They can do that. And then editing, they can just change it all up. You also have the option of going up here and getting sharing link. And this is where if you really wanted to just send out an email to all your students or a work group or something like this, you can just copy this link, paste it in email, and share it out through this. And this is kind of like what I did with you when I shared out those emails to this presentation, to the Google Forms you're filling out for your survey, to also to the actual video session we're in. So it's really easy. You just copy the link and go with it. So then if I copy that link and I click over here and I paste it, and now you see it takes me to the same software. So going back and forth, there's new there, new demo there, and new demo there. I just shared it. So this is, I can share with my own browser, but I can share with anybody else. So make it really nice and easy to do. Any questions about sharing? Now, that's not the only option of sharing, and you can share a document. If you have the link, you can actually share it. Anyone who has the link has access. No sign is required. So right there, I can tell you this is the link that I shared, that I can share this with somebody else, so on and so on. But you also can share it. So cancel here. I don't want to send it to Holly. She doesn't need to see this. I can click up here to share, and this gives you this straight to this. I can send in here where I can send Holly the link there. Or again, I can get the view the link or do the edit, comment. Can I do that? Copy the link. So I get those. I get just by clicking on it there. And I do want to give a kind of a shout out to Holly. She teaches some of their online curriculum. You can see there's me popping up, looking at this because it's showing me over here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. But Holly does some of our online teaching along with Dan Zuberbeer over in the TR Teaching Resource Center, who teaches some of our different things, some of the different workshops. So I'll talk a little bit about Dan there, but I want to give her a little shout out here. Back to our presentation. So sharing is real easy to do. And also from that menu here, which we're going to talk about too, is you can open up your things, make a copy. Making a copy is a nice ability to have, because if I make a copy, click on that. What I might want to do is, so let's say I create a presentation and I want to share with everybody, but I want to keep the original over here, and now I have the copy, and I might want to just share out that copy of it, or keep this one and share out the original, so that, you know, I can say, go ahead, tear it all up and, you know, do what you want to do with it, but I kind of have a saved copy myself. So it's a nice ability to have. You don't have to do save as or anything, just quick make a copy. And then you can see your revision history is another place. If I click on here, it shows my different revision histories I've done. And again, one thing about Google is there's multiple ways to get to the same spot. So like I said, you know, for sharing, seeing revision histories, or sharing over here, clicking on revision histories up here, they're going through there. And this is where you also can download as it. So if I wanted to download it as a PowerPoint, I would click here, PDF, an image, stuff like this. I can publish to the web. But this is really nice that I can say, okay, I want to make it as a PowerPoint so that I can maybe share, you know, email it to somebody and say, okay, here's the PowerPoint what I've done. And because there's some people that are just more comfortable with that, don't want to use Google, they just want the old PowerPoint. You can just download it and share it with them. There might be a little bit of, anytime you change it from format to format, a little tweaking you might need to do, but not much. Just make sure you look at it before you send it. Inserting. You click here, and this is where if you want to insert a text box, let's go ahead and you can right click it too. So by right clicking on there, I'm going to do duplicate the slide, same that way, or I can right click and say new slide. And if I want to do here, I want to go click this slide. Here's a blank slide now. I want to insert an image. So I can take a snapshot, anything on my albums, my Google Drive. Oh, yes, camera, yes, sorry. Allow. Okay, now it has frozen. Let me go back here to my new demo that I'm sharing with people. Sorry about that, but that is the problem with software. As you can see, there's a perfect example, but it froze. It crashed, that one part did, but it didn't do anything to my slides here. They're still there, so I didn't lose anything. So insert, let's go an image. And I can upload or drag an image. So if I had something on my computer, like here's one here, I can drag this right over there and drop it in there. I can position it right there, move it around, you know, stuff like this. Also, you know, right click in the box and paste something if I copied it, comment, link it, animate it. But it's real simple to insert there. You know, you got your video link, and a video link would give you directly to a YouTube video. So it'll if I click here, and it's going to ask you for your YouTube link or URL. So it has to be something that's already on the web. You're not actually taking a video file. That is one of the limitations. You can't only do that with a PowerPoint. You can actually put in a video, but here it has to be like a YouTube video. So if you had, you know, had a link for a YouTube video, I could spell dogs skiing videos, and you want to get the share here. Copy this link, paste that in there. So it's going to say right at this and say, yeah, click on it, select, and now I have that in there. So when you have internet and everything like that, you have the video in there too. So when I go to present, I can now play the video, and it's not showing it. I have to go to my screen share here. And there you see it, the presentation. So as you can see, it's going right along there. So when you have the PowerPoint, you can put a video into it, but you just have to have a YouTube link or a video. So about that. So you can see there, sorry about the present to everyone. You can see it and it stopped, but it played. So I'll go here and play it again. And you can see it. All right, any questions so far? So animation. Everybody likes a little animation in what they're doing. It's pretty easy to do. So if I want to go back over my slides here and go ahead and just delete that out of there. But I want to right click here and I want to animate. I can tell it to fade in, disappear, fade in, fade out on a click after previous. So I could set up a whole presentation of it, fading in and fading out. It's real simple to use. You can also go over here to File. Sorry. I have to be right where I did it. So animations, there will do it. So you click on there for view animations. It gives you the different options. Now transitions, same thing. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go back to my presentation. Right click here and I'm going to do change my transitions. So no transitions to fade, same thing. There are a lot of basic ones, but it's just, the point you're trying to get across is making sure that there's a differentiation between the slides. And it's just like using PowerPoint. Start the presentation. You have different options for it. Again, starting your presentation, so I go over here and I can click up here to present, which I did, or I can do File. Sorry about that. Let me just move it over here. Share, edit, but you can go up here to present. So again, it's under the view, where's your animations, your master, your size, zoom in and out, and that's where you can present. And so I just presented a little bit ago, so I'll do it again. Export. This is what, like I showed you earlier, you can download as a PDF of a PowerPoint, a PDF. So again, if you've created something and you want to share it, maybe you want to share it to a flash drive because you might be going somewhere else and you're not really sure if you're going to have internet access, but you have a computer. So you go ahead and save it as a PowerPoint, put it on your flash drive the old-fashioned way, put it on your computer, and you've got your PowerPoint. Like I said, there might be a little bit of differentiation from your original when you're translating from Microsoft Office to Google Docs or Google Slides from PowerPoint, vice versa. So, talked about sharing, how easy it is. Commenting. Now the power of using this is that you can comment on something. So I'm going to go over here, close this out, and I'm going to just copy this link again, copy, and paste it. So I'm going to here. So now, when you look in my test, when you see the little anonymous badger, that is actually the College of Education. And when I want to comment on something, I can comment on it there. Now, if I want to, I can also, one of the things I want to show you too is opening chat. So as you see now, it shows you the C for College of Education, but I can open chat and saying, hey, now there's another way to collaborate. If you're online with somebody, they can chat with you at the same time saying, hey, and you can answer back. Now you see that. So if I'm online with a session and I'm working collaborating with somebody with PowerPoint, if I'm not, if I'm not face to face with them, I can, chat through this. My coworkers and I have done this a few times, working on a presentation when somebody's been sick from home or have had a sick kid, and we'll have a PowerPoint up there, Google Slides up there, and they can comment on it. We can work on it, and we can see what changes they're making. So it makes it really nice. But like I said, again, you see it up here that the College of Education is in my thing, and they can go through and they can make a comment. Now, when I go here, I click over here, I can see that there's been my comments. Here's college education need some gold. And they can, again, they can go back over here and they can comment. And up to this slide over here, you can see that you need some gold up there. So they've commented up there, and they can comment on the different slides. So go back up to my original up here and see right there it says College of Education's in this slide right here. You can see that up there. So you want to go up here, it means College of Education is, and they made 2 comments. One saying need some gold, make the text gold. So again, they can go back and forth and show, comment on what's going on. And you can give those rights to somebody that's commenting. Now, what's nice is what, in the K through 12 world, is what teachers are doing with their students are, they might give them an assignment where they have to create a presentation on France. Well, they can go through, put all kinds of stuff in there, and the teacher can make comments going through it. Hey, is this what you want to talk about? Or great picture, stuff like that. Kind of keep them online. I know with Google Docs, a lot of them are using it if they're writing a paper. They can kind of, you know, we have to use to turn stuff in, and then you'd have to get all the red pen back, where they're now keeping comments and making suggestions so the students are keeping on track. And this is a nice way that you could do it as an instructor. Sit there and say, okay, here's the presentation. Share me the link with what you're working on. I can go through and make some comments, what needs to be changed and stuff like this. If I'm going to give a presentation, I want a second point of view. I can give somebody to edit or make comments before I go present it at a conference or something. So if you want to, let me give you the link to this presentation, and you go ahead and comment or do whatever you want to with it, because this link anybody can edit who's got the link done. And one of the nice things about Google Chrome is it has all these apps and extensions. So if I click up here, that's going to give me the shortening, and that's why I open it in here and copy this. So let me go to my now from your presentation. If you want to take it here into the presentation and log into the presentation, go to the slide, try it. You could actually get into that slide we're doing with the this new demo. So feel free to jump in there at some point and make a comment and if you want to. And like I said, on the presentation that I gave you the link to if you downloaded it, I know that I've got the anonymous draft is in there and you can do it. You go ahead and make a comment, and it's real easy. Just click that link. And there, you can see the anonymous draft is in there. So feel free, now that you can click into the demo. Let's see if you'll pop up in the demo. You click in there, and you can make a comment or just insert some text. All right, now one of the other nice things, while we can check back in a minute here because if they're going to make a comment here in our new demo, is the research tool. Google, first gave this to us in Docs, and now they moved it over to slides. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new. I'm going to just do a new slide, and I want to just make its layout to blank. Just makes it easier to see what to do. So I can then insert a text box right here, and I'm going to type in pizza, everybody's favorite food, at least in my house. So now I've got my text box. I'm centered up here a little bit, put there. I can take it, highlight my text, right click it, and now I can define pizza. So it pops up here. It says a dish of Italian origin. It's a noun, the plural, that kind of stuff. I also can right click it and say I want to research pizza. And voila, now I've got all these great pictures and web results and stuff like this. Now this is nice. So if you're going to start writing a paper or you're going to start doing some research and stuff like this, you can actually, a lot of teachers are having their students start using Google Slides because they can go in and organize point by point. So I can say, okay, this slide is going to be designated just to pizza. I'm doing a presentation on Italian food. So this one's going to be on pizza. I really like this image here. I click on the link, and of course, it's going to click on it. It's going to take me to Pizza Hut. And if you see pizzahut.com, Domino's, Papa John's, these are the advertisements, and these actually are what pays for Google. This is why Google can offer everything free, because they actually, their revenue for advertising last year was more than Fox, NBC, ABC, and CBS combined. So with all that money, they can build these things for these groups, apps for education and stuff like this. But I can click a link here, or I can just grab the image and drop it in there. Now it's right in there. So now not only have I said, okay, I'm looking at my pizza, I've got an image of a pizza. So if I, for my thing, and then I want to say, I found a really great source. So I'm going to scroll down here, Wikipedia. We all know that's a great source. I can insert the link. And now I have my link to that. So when I click on my source, it's right there. Click on the image, you'll do that. I need to change the link, but I can look at the different things. So it's nice. Now in a Google Doc, if you're doing it, you actually have the option of citing it, but you don't have that option here in Google Slides. But you can still, this is where I found define that. And if I want to do recipes, I could say, pizza recipe, lasagna recipe. So now I want to go ahead and let's just go ahead and duplicate my slide. Get that out. I'm going to change this to lasagna. Again, I can right click it, define lasagna, or I can research lasagna. And look at all that yummy lines. I really like that image. Drop that there. And again, it's nice when you click on it, it tells you where you got it. And then I can, again, like I showed you before, highlight it on World's Best Lasagna Recipes. Let's say chef. Let's go here. If I'm looking at recipes, World's Best Recipes, I can insert the link. So now I've got, and now you can see the power of what this enables the students to do. Just kind of start off with the note cards they used to create when they're doing the research, finding the articles, find everything. Well, they can kind of start that with here. You can insert clip art too, which is easy to do. So let's go back here again to there. And I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this slide again. Oh, sorry. Delete that out of there. And I would insert, I would say an image, but I want to go over here to search and do a search for pizza. Now again, those are the images, you can, that way you want to too, but you also have any typing. Say I want to do clip art. And there you get your clip art. So now I can insert, select that one. So now I have an image of clip art pizza inserted in there. So, if you're trying to try to find a certain image, you can go do that, search it. So, any questions? All right, let's go back here and see if you have any questions. My final slide, questions. I do want to, I'll be here for a couple minutes, but I want to talk about a couple things. You see the bottom slide here. Thanks for attending this. You can talk about the survey. Please fill that out. I'll talk about our EdCamp flyer. Here, let's go with this is the presentation I'm asking you to fill out. Please fill this out because, when you do it, you talk about our session, we've done it and stuff like this, but, still tell us some stuff, what other things we'd like to offer. If there's some things you're not seeing here and something you want to offer, we do that. So please fill that out. But I also want to talk about our EdCamp, which is another flyer. This is something we're offering Saturday, April 23rd here at the College of Education. It's a free event, lunch is included. We have gotten some sponsorship, and then the college is sponsoring part of it too. So it's a half a day. I'll get to your question here in a second, Stephen. It'll be from 9 to 3, but if you attend all the sessions stay all day, you will get half a CEU. We'll also have a working lunch, so that makes sure we get enough time in for your half a CEU. So you get a free CEU, a free lunch, some snacks, little continental breakfast thing, and learn about and come talk about technology. You can, talk about potential topics, which could be what we're doing with Google, but you can say, I want to talk about using technology in a classroom with a smart board. And there might be 5 or 6 other people here that want to come in and talk about the smart board. And you guys will get a room and you'll talk about it. So please, think about it. Space is limited. First people come through here, and you just click on it and fill out the survey. Stephen, it should work on a Linux because it is web-based. I don't have a Linux machine. I'm pretty positive it does. So basically, when you log into Google Drive, like we did here to your Google Drive here, then you just log into a web browser. So it's all just a web browser. So it's all, so you can, and this will work on any browser that I'm aware of, like I said, Chrome, obviously, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, and there's different browser types. All you just pasting in a link and you're going to that link. So if you just type in Google, like Gmail, and from there you go to where you need to go. And you get there from the all famous, all popular waffle. So if you want to click in your Gmail account or just type in Google Drive, log in. Once you get there, you get there. So yes, it'll work from Linux in that aspect because it is browser-based, not computer-based, if that makes sense. It's not a software. It's a browser software versus a computer, a hard copy software. Any other questions? I'm gonna look back through here, make sure I hit all my points. Okay, change the layout. Again, like I said earlier, just play with it, but it's really exporting. I did not catch this. I'm sorry. I think I touched on it earlier, but I'll make sure I want to cut up. So when I'm done with this, I can export it again out, which is more like a download as. So I just want to make sure to get that, because I know some people are just, you might work with some people that are just real hesitant about, I don't want to deal with that. I just want to use a PowerPoint, or I want to use Microsoft Word. So they all give you the options of downloading in the Microsoft Office version of it. Talked about sharing, commenting. Like I said, trying it and research. I really like the research aspect of it, but I really like all of what Google's done, and this is, one of the biggest things is they're enabling it for our K through 12 partners in a world where money is tight for our education fields. It's a great tool. I know that one of the stories I like to tell is my neighbor had bought a new laptop, and he has some kids in elementary school, and then he had his wife's siblings living with them, and they were in high school. And he was coming up to me, he's like, Jason, I just bought this new laptop, but I don't want to spend the money for Microsoft Office. And somebody told me about OpenOffice. I said, no, you don't want to look at that. Let's sit down and look at this. And I showed him, as soon as I got on his laptop and started to show him stuff, the teenagers already had everything on there, but he had never seen it. And once he saw that he can use, create the documents with a word processing. His wife runs her own little business. She can use the spreadsheets. And he also is a part-time instructor at a community college, so he could do some presentations. He was like, he loved it. It was great. And again, it's, people ask, why is Google making this free? Well, obviously they have a lot of money because they're advertising. But the other end too is my daughter's in 3rd grade. She got her first email this year on her Chromebook, and she's very excited about it. I don't know what the email is. She's not allowed to share it with us, but she knows that she has an email address. And she's very excited about it. Well, these kids are now grown up with a Gmail address. So by the time they graduate high school, they're going to be using Gmail for most of their academic career. So when they go on, they're going to have that Gmail account. And that's what they'll keep with them. You think sometimes it's almost funny somebody has a Yahoo account or a Hotmail. So you got to think that Google's really genius in what they're doing, but they're great, some great, phenomenal products that they're constantly updating and changing. And if you complain about a problem, they'll eventually fix it. Like one of my problems is, when you do a Google presentation, I'll show you real quick here, and I want to send it or share it, I click on the link and I can shorten it. And you get that shortened URL. But if I copy it out of my Google Slides, it's that long URL. And I'm hoping that eventually they will eventually just give that shortened URL option there that, you have the built-in tool for, which would make it really nice, because it's kind of frustrating to try to copy that paste, especially if you can share it on a presentation like I did. I want the shortened one so it's not just all across there. Okay. Oh, I also want to talk about if you, like I said, you've been to our website, you've seen our different offerings, obviously, because you signed up into them, our previous store. But I also want to talk about that when you attended 10 of our sessions, whether they be a few of mine, a few of Holly's or Dan's, once you get your 10 in, please send me an email at white@j@ec.edu. It's at the bottom of that presentation. And once you get your 10 in, we will talk to the Office of Clinical Experience here, the Teacher Education Office, and they will give you a technology CEU. So you have to get 10 sessions, and then you have to get, and they have to, once available, that will give you a technology CEU. We can't give you one for literacy or anything else. This is only technology because this is the topic of what we're doing. So if you get 5 now and you come to EdCamp, get yourself a CEU. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at white@j@ec.edu. And then please fill out the survey for the follow-up because I get a lot of my information there. We're always looking for new products you want to learn about educational technology. So if there's anything you want to come through, and I get 4 or 5 people. Stephen asked me a question. If we get over 10, for example, 16, when we get 1 point, we can give you that at the end of the year if that's what you earned, but I don't know what your school system will accept. I know some will only accept one, a whole one, some will accept a half one, and some will go down to the 10th. So yes, if your school district says, yep, we can give you a certificate at the end for 1.6 CEUs, or if you want one for 1 and then one for 0.6, we can do that. So you get 10 here, come to EdCamp, and then you can get it. So, but again, it's up to your school district. I'm not sure every school district's different on what they accept. But I know that we will gladly write out any certificate you want. So at the end of this, you only get, so, okay, Vance County will accept it. So when you're done, you want to say, okay, all the sessions are over. This is what I've attended. I will double check it. I'll check with Dan and Holly, and we'll write you that CEU certificate. So just let me know, okay, Stephen? We are here to help you guys. That is one of the things that we're doing by trying to start this, opening up this professional development through your K-12 partners. We have a lot of knowledge here. I'm hoping getting into next year, I'll be able to get some faculty on board with this, but I'm also will be like to reaching out to the K-12 partners that it might be have an expert in using a certain software in a classroom or doing something in a classroom to share their knowledge with amongst yourselves. And there will be a lot of information about that at EdCamp. So if you're on your seat, want to know about next year, come to EdCamp. Okay. Well, I'm going to be hanging out here for the next couple minutes. If you got any questions, just shoot it on today's chat. Otherwise, I think it's been a very beneficial session today. I've enjoyed it. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, you have a great day. It's raining here. I don't know what it's like for you there, but enjoy the day.